We got sound now, Lisa? I gotta have my viewers let me know. And Tanya says I'm muted. Am I still muted, you guys? Can you hear me? Let me know. No sound? All right, hold on. I gotta do this. Ugh. Good morning. Can you guys hear me now? I turned on my recorder, my speaker. But let me know. Oh, sounds good. Yes. Okay. Woo. Thank goodness. I hate technical difficulties. Hello, Joan from Washington. So, anyways, so you missed my whole intro. Audio is good. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you, Joan. So, anyways, I wasn't sure if I was going to do a live today because we're getting ready for our vacation, and I'm actually going to On Stage March 12th. So I will be in Long Beach, California. But since I'm originally from California, I was born and raised in Huntington Beach, and my brother's still there. We are leaving next Tuesday. We're going to go see my brother in Temecula for a couple days. Then we're going to head back to Long Beach and spend a couple. I am so excited about On Stage. I can't even tell you guys how excited I am. And if any of you demonstrators are watching or on my replay or online, give me a thumbs up if you're going to On Stage. But it's like the highlight of my year. So I dragged my husband along with me. He's going golfing. I'm going to spend 3 glorious days with a bunch of stampers, see all the new products. I'm just super excited. And then after that, we're going to visit with some friends of ours in Orange County. I've got some dinners planned. Super excited. We're spending about a week there. And then we'll head up to Ventura County to spend some time with our other friend, Bob. But I looked at the weather. It's going to be in the 80s. I'm so excited because it's been cold here. So anyways, I guess I should get to the stamping part, right? So this week I am crafting with the Sunshine and Tulips Bundle. I'm doing my weekly card class kit to go. You can get all the information down below. There's a link if you're watching on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click on that link for all the info. And then I'm going to be running a couple specials while I'm gone. So make sure if you're not subscribed to my email list, there's a link down there as well. Go ahead and subscribe to my email list so you can get the information I'm going to be putting out via email while I'm gone. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to have fun at On Stage. Joan, you're here from Washington watching. Tanya from Florence, Kentucky. And Hilda, yes. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in today. So let's jump down to my craft table. I've got 3 super cute cards to share with you today. And yeah, I'm excited. So let's go. Let me just push my camera down here just a little bit so we get a better view. There we go. That shouldn't be bad. So this is the Sunshine and Tulips Bundle that I'm crafting with this week. And this is this is in the new January through April catalog. So I originally, when I did pre-order, I didn't get it. And then after it was open to everybody, I went ahead and got it because I love the sentiments. And spring is actually one of my favorite seasons because it's when everything comes back alive. The snow is melted. Yes, Lisa, it's a very cute bundle. I love this label, and I actually love this die. It is just amazing. There's so much you can do with it. I just hit like the tip of the iceberg with the 3 cards I created with it. So let's get started. I just want to show you the 3 cards. So this is the first one. Very simple. But that's with that die. And I love how these little leaves kind of fold up. So super cute. And then this is the second one I did. Let me move something here. It's bugging me on my screen. This I cased from Dawn, and I cannot pronounce her last name, but she is with Stamping with Dawn. D-O Stamping with Dawn. I love the simplicity of it. guys, sometimes I have such a hard time with a lot of white space, and I'm either flicking my Stampin' Blends on it, but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go with it like this. I think it's just a very kind of maybe elegant looking card. It's simple, but yet very pretty. And then this is the third card I did, and I used the, what did I use? The flowers. Let me look here real quick. I've got it. The Florals in Bloom designer series paper. So I just kept it simple, but one of the things I am focused on this week is I'm incorporating all of the, not all, most of the retiring colors that are going to retire in May. So Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, this is the Peach Pie Ribbon, and again, Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop. So I kind of wanted to highlight that because a lot of times, you know, we forget that those colors are retiring. So if you want to get your hands on those colors, then, you know, now's the time because they're going to go fast. All right, let's start with, oh, I wanted to show you this one. I already put this on my blog. This was for a blog hop that I did with our team Stampin' group, and I actually colored all the tulips with Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to show you a little bit of that today. But I thought that was very pretty too, just a nice spring card. So here's the first card, super easy. So I die cut basic white and Petunia Pop with the label die. I die cut this panel with the label die, with the big die, and then this is the inside. So what we're going to do, first I'm going to burnish this. Petunia Pop, see, super cute. And then I'm going to take the little leaves. Now on this one, I actually colored the leaves in with Jan-Apr green blends. So, but now I'm going to stamp it with Jan-Apr green ink. And I'm just going to do this. Bring this down here. Keep this right over here. Now, don't be frightened if you get it a little off. It's okay. You can see here. You can barely see, but I right up there, I didn't get it exactly straight. You don't have to. So I'm going to get my head in here. Sorry, guys. Just so I can see. So I'm just going to stamp the leaves, okay? I'm just going to go in here, line them up as best that I can, stamp them with my Jan-Apr green. Just get all that inked up. Oops, that one was really bad, but it's okay. Because my sentiment's going to cover that little boo-boo. So we're just inking the leaves up. It's going to cover that one too. So there's so many possibilities with this stamp set that I just found it really kind of fascinating. So we're just going to finish that up. And this is quite a simple card. Oh, I didn't know that, Joan. She says that the new color, crisp cantaloupe, is a return color, and she still has it. I don't have that one, and I didn't know it was a returning color. So I'm going to cover this up because I don't want to get my stuff all over here. Now I'm going to bring in my Petunia Pop. So we're going to set this over here, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment, which is, if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. And basically I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp that at the top here because I want room for the bow to show through. So So I'm just going to go ahead and ink this up with my Petunia Pop. I'm not going to press down too hard because I got a lot of ink on this. There we go. Perfect. I'm not a fan of orange, although I do like Timid Tiger. All right, so we're going to put that aside. Close this up. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to cut this in half like that. These out. And I'm going to take my, I don't know, you guys, you're going to see me use my Stampin' Seal. Thanks, Teresa. She said it's a beautiful card. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Stampin' Seal on here. No, I'm not using my glue. As hard as that is to believe, I'm not. Okay, so the way I do this, when I line this up, there's like 2 little dots on each side because I want to try and get it even. So I'm just going to line it up to those 2 little dots. Make sure I get that on there. And that way I can do the same on the top. I'll do the same up here. There's 2 little dots on the side there that I'm just going to line this up with, and I already see I have an issue, but I'm going to fix it. This is off. I got to get that off. You want to make sure that side isn't showing your other edge. It's not lined up. Those little dots are kind of hard to see. I think my glasses need to be a little bit stronger. There we go. That's fine. Okay, so what I did here was you're just going to push these leaves up and curl them. Don't put this on the card base before you do this, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to kind of bend your leaves up. I mean, I don't need to do those ones. I could do it if you've made the mistake of putting it on your card base. Just take your pick tool and kind of lift up the leaves a little. Just get it in there. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on before we adhere this to the card front. Okay. So I'm just going to put this here, and I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. Get my dimensionals out. Oops. I'll put 3 on here to make sure it stays on. Yes. You know how I found out, Teresa. I put it on before I lifted the things up, the leaves, and then I said, oh boy, I had to take my pick tool out. So here is this. I'm just going to put it right down here. And I'm just going to come over here and see you still have a little thing there. Just want to make sure my little leaves are popped up. Okay, now we're going to put this down with dimensionals as well. You can use some foam tape too if you want. You just want to make sure you get enough on here because this is quite a large piece of a panel. So you want it to be able to really stand up. So I kind of put them in the middle. That's why I'm saying if you have your foam tape and you're more comfortable with that, go ahead and use that. That's fine. Okay. Make sure. Yep. Now we just have to take, oops. Oh, it fell. It fell over. This is my little trash bucket, my shot glass. Okay, now we'll just take these off. I know there's lots of demonstrators out there that use their take your pick tool and they do it super fast and get all these things off. I can never do that. I just use my fingers. Okay. So that, and this. And I debated about, maybe putting something up else with this, but after I mounted it, I really liked the way it looked. So we're just going to pop this up here. Make sure you get it a little even. And then I'm also using, I've already tied the bow. This is that bordered ribbon. And I'm just going to put this down here with a little glue dot. I mean, seriously, how easy is this card? There we go. And then I've used some of these. They're the Sparkle Dot Essentials. And I used, I was debating like maybe putting them in here, like a couple in there, like I did my maybe I'll do that. Like I did my spring card. Oh, look, that looks so pretty. I like that. I'm just going to put 3 little dots right there at the top. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. Okay, so that was that one. But now we have to do the inside. And I just kept it really simple. I just used the little tulips. Are they tulips? Yeah. And I just put that in. So if you've got other sentiments you want to stamp with, then go ahead and do that. But again, I'm just keeping it real simple. I mean, you could easily make these into Easter cards if you wanted to. But I'm just going to stamp these little tulips right down here on the bottom. Thank you, Tanya. Clean that off. It is such a simple card, but it's so pretty. So let me grab my glue. It's the weather here today is actually the day we leave, it's going to be 72, which I can't believe. But we're leaving at like 5:30 in the morning next Tuesday. But the weather today is going to be like 40 something. And I think if I have time, because I am quite busy, I'm trying to get swaps together for on stage. I might take a dip in the jacuzzi because my shoulder's been really bothering me. Okay, there's our first card. Very pretty, right? It's just gorgeous. I love it. And I love this one with the things on the top, on the little flowers. All right, that's our first card. Let's get to our second card. Again, I case this and I like it. I really do. But again, guys, I'm not a well, where did the other little thing go? I need that. I have issues with just a lot of white. So let's go ahead and burnish this. I think, let me see if I've got that. No, I might not have put it in there. I've got another one, I'll grab it. I just saved the cutouts from the first card. That's how I did that. So I just saved those little tulips and I thought, okay, we're just gonna color those in. Let me grab another one because I need 3. Okay. It's probably hiding somewhere. And another little tip for this one, I could have done that earlier, but I'm just going to take this strip of paper. You can't see because I'm down here too far. I just cut a similar strip, right? And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. It doesn't have to be the full length. You're fine if it's not. Because I'm going to just take my Post-it note tape. I just want to make sure it's straight. Just like that. Just a little bit. Looks pretty straight. There. Yeah, that's straight. If it's not, move it around a little. So again with the leaves, okay, and I'm using Shy Shamrock. I want to try and get them on there evenly. So I'm just going to take my Shy Shamrock. And I'm going to, oh, that's the wrong stamp. Good thing I noticed. That's my tulip stamp. Where are my leaves? Here they are. Here's the leaves. So I'm just going to take that, stamp it in my Shy Shamrock, and I'm going to come as close as I can. I want this over here pretty far because you've got to have room for these, okay? So I'm just kind of eyeballing that, but I'm going to bring it down as close as I can to the bottom. Stamp that. Then again, I'm going to come over here as close as I can to the bottom. Stamp that. And you see you can get that lined up right. You could use your Stampin' positioner if you'd like, but you know, sometimes I just want to get this all done. There we go. A little off, but that's okay. So take that off. Now I'm going to put this on my strip. Oh, do you know what I did? I already did it wrong. What did I do wrong? I was supposed to do it on this panel, and I didn't. I did it on the card. So we're going with it. But when you get my card kit, you'll get the panel. Do it on the panel. Don't do it on the card base like I just did. All right. So I'll show you how to just finish this off. Duh, I wondered why my thing wasn't lining up. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? It's okay. We all make mistakes as stampers. Now I did emboss this panel here with the beautiful Patterns 3D embossing folder. So in your kit, you're going to get that already embossed. Okay, let's do that. Now we're going to color. That's the fun part anyways, coloring. Okay. So I've used Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, and Pumpkin Pie. Make sure I got both my pumpkin pies. Yes. Okay. So we'll do the Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to start off with my dark. Just a little. And then I'm going to take my light and kind of pull that color up. I know these are kind of small to work with, but that's okay. That way you get a little bit of shading in there, just like that. You can pull that color up more if you want. Okay, that's that one. Then we're going to do Melon Mambo. Same thing. I'm just going to bring my dark in. And I try not to make it a straight, line, because you're going to pull some of that color up. So you don't want like a straight line where you've done, yes, Teresa, it's okay, right? I was so excited for this card. So I'm just kind of pulling some of that ink up. There we go. Pull up a little bit more on this side. There. There's that one. And then I've got my pumpkin pie. Now I did use the peach pie ribbon here, which is retiring, but I think it goes really well with the pumpkin pie. Now here I'm using the dark again. Just, you can even, oops, got a little piece there. Then I'm just going to come in with the light. I need a new pumpkin pie marker. There we go. There's our 3 things. And now I'm going to pop those up. I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals. And you only need 1 right in the center. Well, I can't remember. Did I use? No, I used the regular size. You could use your minis if you want. And I'm just putting it right to the top here where the leaves are kind of open. Just like that. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, except for I muffed it up. She said, nice tip on how to line it up. But I muffed it up because I was supposed to do it on the panel. But it's okay. Whatever. I'm over it. Can't get this off. Okay. Here's the Melon Mamba one. Just going to stick that up there. And then I've got the pumpkin pie. Just going to put that right there in the center. Get that off. Oh, look, I didn't clean my stamp off. Put that right there. I'm going to clean that stamp off before I put my elbow in it. Oops, that's crooked. Just pick this up, move it around. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to stamp this, and I used tuxedo black ink. Normally I probably would have used like Melon Mambo or maybe Shy Shamrock, but I kind of thought it made the sentiment really pop. So that's why I used that. Sending a Garden of Love. And I've got this all crooked too. Boy, this card's a disaster, people. All right. I'll have to fix that after. Look how crooked I got that. The one trick you can do when you've used your glue is if you take your heat gun and just put it under there, that'll loosen this up and then you can reposition it. So just remember that. I'm not going to do it, but I'll probably do it after this class is over. So now we're just going to stick these. And as I said, in your kit, you'll get that panel. So make sure, don't do my mistake. Make sure you do everything on that front panel. So I'm just going to stick this little sentiment right in the center here, or off the side. And then I've got a bow that we're going to use. See, it does kind of go with that, I think. And then I'm just going to put it right there. And then for this one, I used the Opal Rounds assortment, and these are still available, so you can still get these. I don't think, they're not on last chance. I was trying to look for something that was, you know, sparkly, but I couldn't find anything. And then I put it on this side. There we go. So on the inside, all I did was, I have a panel. Look at that. I have a panel. Oh, there's my other white one. So much for that. I stamped this in Melon Mambo. Well, first I stamped my leaves. So where's my Shy Shamrock? Here it is. This really allows you to put whatever sentiment you want in here. Let me move this up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to stamp those leaves. Then I'm going to stamp the little tulip. Right in there. Pretty. Let me clean those off. You could easily make this an Easter card by just stamping Happy Easter too. Sending you a garden of love, Happy Easter. So we're just going to stick this in here. And then y'all can pretend I did this right. There we go. And this is our second card. This is our second card done wrong. So there you go. Oops, let me grab these things over here. Get them out of the way. All right, so on to our third card, which I think is cute too. Let me get that one out. So it's this one. Now I'm using the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. Again, with the in colors. So let's just go ahead, and I already embossed this with the live stamping. Yeah, Joan, it's live stamping. It's where you make your mistakes. One of my demonstrators, she records all her videos and she'll go back and edit. I just don't take the time for that. Are you kidding? Do you know how much time it takes to just kind of create cards each week? Plus I've got my club. Plus I do retreats. I'm busy. But I love designing cards. Sometimes I do have a little breakdown in what to design. That's when I go to sketches, or I'll go to Pinterest. I'm the first to admit that I'll case a card. Okay, so I'm just attaching this. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here on this panel. It's those days where you lose your mojo. You need a little extra kind of spark. Okay. So again, this is super easy. I'm going to stamp this. Now this is like a little two-step stamping, right? But just a little trick here. You want to stamp this first, the inside. And I'm going to stamp that with Pretty in Pink. And you can see here, there's like a little rounded part here. This is the top, so you want to make sure you have that. Otherwise it'll look kind of funny. So I'm just going to try to come right in here, make sure my little thing is straight, stamp that down. I'm using Pretty in Pink. There we go. It's a little off center, but that's okay. And I'm going to clean that stamp off. And then I'm going to use the tulip stamp, and I hope I cleaned this off. Did I? Yeah. I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And with this one, you just kind of want to make sure you come up to the bottom of that, whatever it is, bulb. I'm going to say it's a bulb. There. I need to re-ink my stamp pads, some of them. This will dry. And then I'm going to do the leaves in Granny Apple Green. Then I'm just going to come right up underneath it and put those leaves there. Oops. There we go. Clean that off. And then I'm gonna cut this in half again, just like I did on that first card. I like this layered look. You know, it really adds something to the... And I'm gonna, oops, come up here. Just get it on the top part here. Okay. And then I'll line those two up again, just like I did on the first one. Super easy. I'm going to pop that up with a dimensional. A couple dimensionals. Where's my trash can? Here it is. But I just thought that this was, you know, just a good example of just using this bundle and creating some really quick cards, so you don't have to, you know, do all this die cutting and, you know, prepping and stuff. So get my little thing here. Because sometimes you just want to craft and not make it like too enduring, too, you know, I don't want to say advanced, but because sometimes doing a lot of die cutting can take some time. I've experienced that before. All right, here's our little strip. I am going to stamp the sentiment. Let's line that up. Oh, I'm going to need that in a minute. Thinking of you. That is not straight. I usually do this on my, when I'm lining these stamps up, I usually do it on my glass mat to make sure I get it straight. So now I'm all wonky. Oh, come on. Ew, this part doesn't want to sit right. I got it. I'm going to stamp that in Petunia Pop. Just right in the center of this, because we're going to banner the ends. Clean that off real quick. I got it straight at least. And I am going to use my retired banner punch. I don't know why they ever retired this. I am not good on cutting banners. I'm just not good at doing it freeform. So I'm just going to line this up in here best I can. Do that one. And then I always do it this side up so that I can see if I'm too close to the sentiment. So just going to line that up a little bit. There we go. Set that aside. And then we're going to just pop this right here. I'm going to use a couple dimensionals for this. And let's see. I just need two. So, you know, and there's other sentiments in this set that you can use, so go for it. And then lastly, we're going to put some of those dots again. These are the Sparkle Dot Essentials. And I used the Petunia Pop. I didn't think they showed up very well. So, you know, I'm just going to try the bubble bath ones and see. You can't tell. And I'll use a bigger one down here. I think that turned out a little bit better. You can actually see the sparkles a little better. Now let me just burnish this. I should have done that before I started, but it's okay. Burnish that fold line. Real good. And what did I do on the inside for this? Oh, this one I did a little bit of Granny Apple Green, and I used my blending brush to kind of make it look like grass. But I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the tulips one more time, and I'm going to use the Petunia Pop. So we'll get our thing out here. Let me line these tulips up again. I like the tulips. They're so pretty. So I'm just using Petunia Pop, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it pretty close down to the bottom here. Another option, you could use your Stampin' Positioner and stamp it all the way across, if you'd like, but I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, let's pop this on the inside, and we're done with all three cards. I'm gonna miss you guys. I won't be live for a couple weeks, but I will come. I will definitely be on social media, sharing pictures, sharing what I can share from the convention. There we go. That's our third card. So let me just bring them out here one more time. Here's all the cards we did. They're so cute. I love them. So thanks guys for joining me today, even with my little blooper. It is live stamping, you know. So I won't see you till probably April. But make sure you're following me on, subscribe to my email list. Make sure you are following me on my Facebook page. And follow me on my Instagram page too, because I will be posting over there as well. But I'm looking forward to vacation, and I will see you guys in the first week of April. All right? Have a good one. And here comes our spring. I'm so looking forward to it. Bye.